What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. I just got a new kayak and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to show you guys all its features and stuff like that. Show you some pros and cons to the kayak and some reasons I got it. It is kind of sprinkling out, so I apologize if sound quality is literal bullcrap. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. Super excited about this video. So I am currently sitting in my old kayak. This is the Sun Dolphin Journey 10SS. It has been a great kayak for me. I've really enjoyed having it. But I just wanted to do some comparisons in size and the reasons why I got a much bigger kayak. This kayak, again, was great for compatibility and portability. I could throw it in the back of my SUV. I mean, it literally fit inside of my 1999 Honda CR-V, which is very small inside. But yeah, great kayak for beginning. Great kayak even if you're been angling for a while and you just really want to have something that's super easy to kind of throw everywhere. Something that's not crazy expensive. This kayak's about half the price of this kayak. Some cons to this kayak and reasons why I switched over to this kayak is because of the storage. I'm going to show you guys all the crazy amount of storage, internal storage this kayak has. It has multiple access points to the internal storage and many stuff like that. Again, this is I never even mentioned the brand, but this is the Ascend 128T with the yak power feature in it. Super excited. I'm going to show you guys what all the electronics do and everything and what all that entails. Again, this kayak doesn't have very much storage in it. Reasons why I switched over to the bigger kayak. This kayak has this one point where you can access the inside. And that's this little tiny cup holder type thing right here, which could hardly fit in my wallet. If you're just paddling, if you're just out there wanting to have a good time, this kayak is great for that because you don't really need to storage anything, stuff like that. You only have one rod and maybe a little one of these full of tack or something like that, like if you're fishing the river. It's really nice. But for lake fishing and stuff like that, this is definitely not really the kayak I would go with. But yeah, let's move on to the 128T and show you guys some of the cool features of this thing. Just to show you guys the size comparison, that's the 10-foot kayak versus the new Ascend kayak that I got. Much larger, as you can tell. The back of the kayak isn't even lined up. I mean, much larger, much wider, and you can tell by the hull. I mean, spinning, I think about $300-400 more. This is what you're getting hull wise. So nose is very much sharper. It's got this kind of pontoon style bottom. This thing is kind of dull on the front and still has slight pontoon. It's still a great kayak. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you guys to get the idea that I got a different kayak because I thought this kayak was crap. This kayak got the job done. It was just very small and didn't have enough storage and was slower than what I wanted. Starting at the front of this kayak, some of the features that it has this for to protect your rod tips if you are laying your rods on top of the deck of the kayak. This is also removable by just unscrewing these two knobs right here. It's got this little bungee cord type strap thing so you can strap on if you want to put your life jacket or if you want to put anything up there, tackle, anything. It's got two rod holders up front here, which is pretty cool. There are some cons to these. I fished this morning out of this, which wasn't very fun because of the wind and the rain, but the kayak still handled great. If you're standing on top of the kayak, being able to cast, of course, you've got these two things right here. You have two rods right in front of you, so you got to worry about those. You can't just cast right in front of you. Definitely got to watch what you're doing. But I love another huge pro to this kayak is I've got cords all over it right now because I was charging my phone when I was out. But another huge part of this kayak is deck space. Again, you've got all this flat area that goes all the way back to there if you want to remove the seat and stuff like that, which I'll get to here in a few minutes. This is a nice little rubber type material. It's more grippy. I've seen a lot of kayaks, such as like the Big Fish 120 and 105 series. the deck is all plastic, which is okay if everything's completely dry, but if everything starts getting wet, then it's very loud and it can get slippery. With this, and absolutely love it. Another huge thing with this kayak is this internal storage. I've got my battery block down in here for now, but this is the yak power I was talking about. So you can basically hook up a 12-volt battery via connector. You can buy it at Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. It's pretty cheap, and that goes straight from your 12-volt to this, so it's all internal. And then there's little ports. So there's one up in the front here. There's one in the side right here. This is by the little rack right here for the little track that you would put a transducer or fish finder on. One more back here in the very back of the boat. This is just for if you want to put a transducer or something like that, any power thing, any attachment or whatever. This storage bin, again, is very, very roomy. I'll take you guys down in there. There's like a little foam divider in between each storage compartment. This right here is the cup holder, which I'll get to in a second. Super, super cool, watertight. And then there's another foam divider. Sorry, I'm trying to move my camera around, but yeah, there's another foam divider up there. It's just incredibly roomy in there, which is super, super nice. And I fit, I think, 7 plano tackle boxes in there this morning. And yeah, I didn't even have to bring my tackle bag out. I just threw all the tackle I needed into this one compartment and stuff like that. The cup holder I was talking about, this is water sealed, and you take it off like that, and I just have a bunch of random stuff down there, boat registration stuff, and it will fit a nice cup. Then you've also got 2 additional cup holders on this side and then on this side, which that's normal size fishing line, fits in there perfectly. There's 4 plugs up here on the front deck for drainage. There's these foot puddles right here, which are very, very adjustable, as you can tell. So if you're a smaller dude, you can fit on there. If you're larger, you can move them all the way right there. And then you've got these railing right here, which is super, super nice for attachments and stuff like that. Another huge reason I bought this kayak was because of this seat right here. It's kind of like a lawn chair style seat. It's very, very comfortable. It's adjustable, so you can recline it or you can tighten it up so that it's facing forward, so you're sitting upright. It's fold in like that if you need it. It's very easy to remove. It's pretty light too. But it's got 3 different settings. So it's got this high setting, it's got the medium setting right here, and then it's got the low setting, which is really nice to have when it's super windy out and you want to feel more close to the kayak and everything feels more stable. It's got these bungee cord straps right here, which if you want to, you can just put over top of the chair like that. And then if I can, you want to be standing over the kayak when you do that, but then it just keeps the seat, you put on the other side too, and it will keep the seat from going all over the place and stuff like that. Another huge pro to this kayak is just their attention to detail and like integrating like carvings into this kayak for your everyday stuff like this. It's really nice because the strap goes over top of it, so you can put pliers there and they just don't shake around as much as if it was just flat deck. Another thing is if you want to put tackle boxes like this plano, it just kind of slides in and there's like this little carving right here, which is super, super nice, and a way your tackle isn't rolling around like crazy. Of course it can come out, but you can also put the bungee strap over top of it if you don't want to move it. But yeah, super, super cool. I love, again, their attention to detail and how comfortable this seat is. When I had to kayak over part of Alum Creek today, and super, super comfortable. I did not feel like this kayak could not handle the waves that were coming at me. It was very, very windy. There's a few times where I felt like I was going to get blown out of the kayak, but this kayak held its ground, still kept moving. It wasn't as hard as I was expecting to paddle. One of the biggest things I was worried about was getting this kayak and being like, oh my gosh, like this thing is so tough to paddle. And it's very slow, very bulky. It's not as maneuverable as, like, say, a field and stream kayak with one of those 12-foot sit-in kayaks that are super skinny and stuff like that. But again, you're sacrificing being able to turn on the dime for room and width. Moving on back here, there's 2 more rod holders, one on this side and then another one on this side, additional one on this side, which is super cool. My old kayak right over there had it as well, but my favorite thing about that kayak was how deep the rod holders were. I've been on kayaks where the rod holders are only a couple inches deep, and the rods are like sitting like that and they just kind of fall out. But these are a good amount deep. The rods don't feel like they're going to fall out or anything. I mean, I trust putting my more expensive rods and stuff like that in there. Moving on to this hatch right here. This is one of the bigger storage compartments in the entire kayak. There's 2 latches, which are very well made. That's another huge thing I love about this kayak, is how well these hatch doors are made. It's another incredibly roomy space down there. It's got those foam dividers and stuff in there, so you can store stuff like that. You can store this like life jackets and stuff like that in there. Then you've got more of that webbing, the bungee cord type stuff that will hold if you need to put your life jacket back there, or you want to just put anything back there like a tackle box or additional stuff. Even if you want to put your rods and slide them underneath there instead of them moving around all over the place, you can. Moving on to the very back of the boat, you've got this, another one to enter into the hull of the boat, the inside of the boat, and you can see this is another very roomy thing if you want to put snacks or something like that in there that aren't going to get in your way. You can store anything in there. Another thing I love about this kayak is, even though you've got all those plugs up there, you've got one for the inside of the boat, which is really good. I believe you have one on the front too, which is really nice to have. So some cons to this kayak. I'd say the biggest thing is its size. Again, this is over 2.5 feet larger than my old kayak. You're out on the water and you don't realize how big this thing is until you look. I mean, you've got almost the size of my kayak just in front of you from the seat forward. I forgot to mention, there is this little like dog leash style pulley that you can pull up if you're not very good at standing up yet on a kayak. It really helps. You have to pull yourself up and add for that extra boost. The cons. Loading this thing wasn't too bad for me because I kind of backed right down to the boat ramp, and unloading it and stuff like that really went smooth. But I could see it being an issue if I had to carry this someplace, or if I was fishing someone's yard or someone's pond and I had to carry this thing all the way down there. I would definitely want a cart, which is something I'm definitely going to look into getting. Again, that's really the only cons I have about this kayak, is its size. I love the size because, for me at least, but for some people, it's big, bulky, it's huge, and it would be really nice to be able to pedal this thing around on a lake. Again, I took it out today to Elm Creek, and it was super windy, rainy, it was miserable out. Everything was flooded, and I just felt very steady, very controlled during even those winds and the waves coming in. I don't remember, the waves weren't that big at all, but still, I mean, the wind would normally blow my socks off on this kayak right here, but they did not at all on the biggest end. And I love it. I think that if you're looking for a bigger kayak, something that you can store a ton of tack on, or store plenty of rods if you're going catfishing or something like that, because you've got this railing on the side, you've got 4 rod holders, you can add rod holders and stuff like that. Definitely recommend this kayak. Again, the only con I can think of is being able to, the portability is tougher on this thing. You definitely want either a truck or you want a trailer for it. You can't just throw this thing on your coupe, your Honda Civic. I mean, you could, but it's going to be very difficult to get off and on by yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is probably going to be my longest video on my channel. Maybe, probably. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments. I definitely recommend this kayak if you're looking for one. I mean, I think I spent, they have a deal going on the Cabela's that they're on sale for like $799, I believe, which is a really good, really good price for this kayak and everything you can get. Yeah, I got a good deal on it because I ended up calling the Cabela's and to make sure they had them, because these things are selling like hot cakes right now because of the demand for kayaks, because everyone's getting outside because of this coronavirus. And I called the lady ahead and she goes, yeah, we have 2 kayaks down here. We have two white and black ones. So I get down there and I start talking to the marina guy back in the back, and he's like, yeah, we got 2. So he radios in the guy to go put them at the launching bed, gives me my receipt and everything as I'm about to go up and pay. And the guy comes and finds me and goes, hey, we can't find any of these 128Ts anywhere. We sold completely out of them. And he goes, we don't have any white and black ones left. We have one more of this tan or this green model, which is the original one I was looking at on the showroom. And the only issue with it was missing one little screw on the seat back here. And that's the reason why I was on the showroom. That's the reason why I didn't sell it. And the guy knocked off a good amount of money for me, and I was like, hey man, I lucked out, because it was the last one of these they had in the store. They had plenty of 12 Ts, but they didn't have any 128 Ts left, which I wanted that because of the power and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching again. I know I said that once, but make sure you click that subscribe button again. If I forgot anything, if you have any questions on like the handles, or if they're comfortable, which they are, I didn't think I need to mention those, or anything else, just feel free to ask me and I will answer them as good as possible. And yeah, let me know if you guys want me to review any other kayaks, or if you want to review the Sun Dolphin Journey 10SS, or if you want to review that John Deere mower, or the Skag mower, or the Nissan Altima, or something. But okay, I'm just getting bored in quarantine. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we'll talk to you guys later.